You know what's holding you back right now? It's not your circumstances. It's not your lack of resources. It's not even your failures. What's truly holding you back are the people around you who have convinced you that you need their permission to rise, their approval to act, and their validation to succeed. But here's the truth that Niccolò Machiavelli understood 5 centuries ago: you don't need anyone's permission to claim your power. Welcome back to Finance Decoded Daily, where we break down the strategies of history's greatest minds to help you navigate modern life. If you're ready to stop letting others control your destiny, if you're tired of being manipulated by those who want to keep you small, then this video is for you. Make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss content that will transform how you see power, influence, and your own potential. Today, we're diving deep into the Machiavellian mindset, not the cartoon villain version you've heard about, but the real strategic philosophy that has helped leaders, entrepreneurs, and visionaries break free from the chains others tried to place on them. Let's begin. Recognize the game being played against you. You need to understand something fundamental: every single day, people are playing power games with your life, whether you realize it or not. Machiavelli wrote in The Prince that, "Men are so simple, and so subject to present necessities, that he who seeks to deceive will always find someone who will allow himself to be deceived." Look around you. How many people in your life are subtly, or not so subtly, trying to keep you exactly where you are? Your friend who laughs at your ambitions. Your family member who reminds you of every past failure when you talk about future plans. Your colleague who undermines your ideas in meetings. Your partner who grows uncomfortable every time you start leveling up. These aren't accidents. These are control mechanisms. Here's what Machiavelli understood that you need to internalize: people have a vested interest in your staying small because your growth threatens their comfort. When you start rising, you expose their excuses. When you start executing, you reveal their procrastination. When you start winning, you make their settling look like the choice it always was. And they can't have that. So they'll use every tool at their disposal to pull you back down to their level. They'll use guilt: "You've changed. You're not the same person anymore. Good. You shouldn't be." They'll use fear: "What if you fail? What if people laugh at you? What if you succeed and never have to ask these questions again?" They'll use false concern: "I'm just worried about you. I don't want to see you get hurt." Translation: "I don't want to see you surpass me." Machiavelli taught that the first step to power is seeing reality as it is, not as you wish it to be. So see this clearly: not everyone in your life wants you to win. Some people are actively invested in your loss. And until you recognize this game, you'll keep playing by their rules. Understand that dependency is a weapon used against you. Listen carefully: every time you depend on someone else's approval, you hand them a weapon to use against you. Machiavelli observed that, "A prince ought to take care that he never makes an alliance with one more powerful than himself for the purposes of attacking others, except through necessity." This applies to your personal life too. Every time you make yourself emotionally, financially, or psychologically dependent on someone who doesn't have your best interests at heart, you've created your own prison. Think about your current situation. How many decisions do you make based on what others will think? How many dreams have you deferred because someone else didn't believe in them? How many times have you edited yourself, dimmed your light, and played small because you feared losing someone's approval? That's not connection. That's captivity. Machiavelli understood that true power comes from self-sufficiency. He wrote, "The first method for estimating the intelligence of a ruler is to look at the men he has around him." But here's the modern interpretation you need: the first method for estimating your own power is to look at how dependent you are on the validation of others. Are you waiting for your parents to finally be proud of you before you pursue your real goals? You're giving them control over your destiny. Are you staying in a relationship where you're constantly made to feel like you're not enough? You're accepting someone else's diminished view of your worth. Are you working in an environment where you're afraid to speak up, innovate, or challenge the status quo? You're choosing security over sovereignty. Machiavelli would tell you this: build your own fortress. Develop skills that make you valuable regardless of who's in your life. Create financial resources that don't depend on anyone's favor. Cultivate a sense of self-worth that isn't contingent on external validation. Construct a life where people are additions, not foundations. Because here's what happens when you're truly independent: people can't hold you back anymore. They lose their leverage. The guilt doesn't work because you don't need their approval. The fear doesn't work because you've built something real. The manipulation doesn't work because you can walk away. Your freedom begins the moment you stop needing them. Master the art of strategic detachment. Now, this is where Machiavelli's wisdom gets really practical. He didn't say cut everyone off and become a hermit. He said something far more sophisticated: learn to be strategically detached from people's opinions while remaining tactically engaged with useful relationships. Everyone sees what you appear to be, few experience what you really are, Machiavelli wrote. This is your blueprint for moving through a world full of people who want to hold you back. You don't have to announce your plans to everyone. You don't have to defend your dreams to people who don't have the vision to understand them. You don't have to expose your vulnerabilities to those who will weaponize them. Strategic detachment means this: you control what people know, what they see, and what they have access to in your life. Your coworker doesn't need to know about your side business until you're ready to leave. Your judgmental family member doesn't need to hear about your ambitious goals until they're accomplished facts. Your fair-weather friend doesn't need to be privy to your struggles, only your results. This isn't deception. This is protection. This is wisdom. Machiavelli understood that men judge generally more by the eye than by the hand, for everyone can see and few can feel. People will judge you based on appearances, not understanding. So control the appearance. Let them see success. Let them see confidence. Let them see competence. They don't need to see the doubt, the struggle, the late nights, or the failures you're learning from. But here's the crucial part: strategic detachment doesn't mean emotional isolation. It means you choose carefully who gets access to the real you. You build a small circle of people who genuinely support your rise, and you keep the skeptics, the envious, and the small-minded at arm's length. You smile at the party. You're cordial at family gatherings. You're professional at work. But you don't give them ammunition. You don't hand them your dreams to crush or your vulnerabilities to exploit. You become water, adaptive, flowing, impossible to grasp or pin down. Develop ruthless prioritization of your time and energy. Machiavelli wrote that, where the willingness is great, the difficulties cannot be great. But here's what he didn't explicitly say that you need to understand: where your energy is scattered, your power is diluted. Every person trying to hold you back is making a claim on your time, your energy, your mental space, and your emotional bandwidth. And every moment you spend managing their insecurities, defending your choices, or absorbing their negativity is a moment stolen from building your future. You need to become ruthless about this. Not cruel. Ruthless. That friend who only calls when they need something but is never there for you. That's not a relationship, that's a resource drain. Cut it. That family member who brings up your past mistakes every time you're together. That's not love, that's sabotage. Limit contact. That colleague who monopolizes your time with gossip and complaints. That's not networking, that's contamination. Create boundaries. Machiavelli understood that effective leaders must make hard choices. A prince must have no other objective, no other thought, nor take up any profession but that of war, its methods and its discipline. In your context, this means, your primary profession is the building of your future, and anything that doesn't serve that must be ruthlessly deprioritized. This is where most people fail. They know who's holding them back, but they lack the courage to actually distance themselves. They're afraid of confrontation, afraid of being alone, afraid of what people will say. But here's what Machiavelli would tell you: it is better to be feared than loved, if you cannot be both. Now, in your personal life, this translates to, it's better to be respected for your boundaries than loved for your availability to be used. When you start saying no, people will be upset. When you start prioritizing your goals over their comfort, they'll accuse you of changing. When you stop being available for their drama, they'll call you selfish. Good. That discomfort is the sound of your chains breaking. That resistance is confirmation that you were being held back all along. And their accusations are really just confessions that they benefited from your smallness. Your time is finite. Your energy is precious. Your focus is your most valuable resource. Stop giving these to people who don't deserve them, who don't appreciate them, and who actively work against your best interests. Guard your time like a fortress. Allocate your energy like a strategic investment. Protect your focus like your life depends on it, because it does. Build power through results, not permission. Here's the most liberating truth Machiavelli can teach you: you don't need anyone's permission to start building the life you want. You just need to start building it. Machiavelli wrote extensively about virtue, the combination of strength, cunning, and determination that allows leaders to shape their own fortune. This is your path forward. Not waiting for approval. Not seeking consensus. Not asking if you're allowed. Just executing. You want to start a business? Start it. You don't need your parents' blessing or your friends' enthusiasm. You need a plan and the courage to execute it. You want to change careers? Change it. You don't need your current employer's permission or your network's understanding. You need skills and the audacity to bet on yourself. You want to leave a toxic relationship? Leave. You don't need closure or their acceptance. You need boundaries and the strength to enforce them. Machiavelli observed that fortune is the arbiter of half the things we do, leaving the other half or so to be controlled by ourselves. This means that while you can't control everything, you control far more than you think. The problem is you've been conditioned to believe you need permission for that control. You don't. Every day you wait for someone to validate your path is a day you're choosing to be held back. Every time you defer your dreams until others approve is a choice to remain captive. Every moment you spend seeking permission is a moment you're not spending building power. And here's what happens when you start building power through results: people's opinions become irrelevant. Their doubts look foolish. Their attempts to hold you back fail because you've already moved beyond their reach. Machiavelli would tell you, he who has not first laid his foundations may be able with great ability to lay them afterwards, but they will be laid with trouble to the architect and danger to the building. Your foundation isn't their approval. Your foundation is your competence, your execution, your results. Build that foundation through action, and the building that rises from it will be immune to their attempts to tear it down. Embrace strategic conflict. This might be the hardest lesson, but it's essential. Sometimes, the only way to stop people from holding you back is to engage in direct, strategic conflict. Machiavelli wrote, "Men ought either to be well treated or crushed, because they can avenge themselves of lighter injuries, of more serious ones they cannot." In your modern context, this means, half measures in dealing with people who hold you back will only make things worse. If you're going to set boundaries, set them completely. If you're going to cut someone off, cut them off definitively. If you're going to choose yourself over their comfort, commit fully to that choice. The worst thing you can do is send mixed signals. Setting a boundary and then violating it yourself. Saying no but then feeling guilty and backtracking. Choosing your path but constantly seeking validation from those who oppose it. This creates a liminal space where you're still accessible to their manipulation, but now they're also angry because you've threatened their control. You've made an enemy without gaining your freedom. Machiavelli would say, if you're going to challenge someone's power over you, win decisively. This doesn't mean being cruel. It doesn't mean burning bridges unnecessarily. It means being clear, being firm, and being unshakable in your commitment to your own path. When someone tries to guilt you, I understand you feel that way, but this is my decision. When someone tries to fear you into submission, I've considered the risks and I'm proceeding anyway. When someone tries to manipulate you emotionally, I care about you, but I'm not changing my path because of your discomfort with my growth. No apologies. No over-explaining. No negotiating your boundaries. Some relationships won't survive your rise. That's not your failure, that's the revelation of what they always were. Machiavelli understood that, he who builds his power on the people builds on solid foundation, but he who builds on the great builds on sand. The people who truly care about you will adapt to your growth. The ones who don't will reveal themselves as obstacles to be removed. The path forward. Let me leave you with this final piece of Machiavellian wisdom: the lion cannot protect himself from traps, and the fox cannot defend himself from wolves. One must therefore be a fox to recognize traps, and a lion to frighten wolves. To stop anyone from holding you back, you need both of these qualities. Be the fox, recognize the subtle ways people are trying to control you. See the manipulation beneath the concern. Understand the fear beneath their doubt. Identify the traps before you step in them. Be the lion, have the courage to roar your truth. The strength to enforce your boundaries. The power to walk away from what doesn't serve you. The audacity to claim what's yours. The Machiavellian mindset isn't about being manipulative or cruel. It's about seeing reality clearly and acting decisively in your own interest. It's about understanding that you are the architect of your own fortune, and no one has the right to hold the blueprint hostage. Your life is happening right now. Not when people approve. Not when circumstances are perfect. Not when you've gathered enough permission slips from everyone around you. Right now. And every moment you spend being held back by people who don't have your courage, your vision, or your potential is a moment you're choosing captivity over freedom. So what will you choose? Will you keep playing small to make others comfortable? Will you keep your dreams in a cage so others don't feel threatened? Will you keep seeking permission from people who benefit from your remaining powerless? Or will you finally become ungovernable? Will you finally claim your sovereignty? Will you finally stop letting anyone hold you back? The answer to that question will determine everything about the life you build from this moment forward. Machiavelli wrote for princes, but his wisdom applies to anyone who refuses to be ruled by forces outside themselves. You are the prince of your own life. Act like it. If this video gave you a new perspective on power, freedom, and breaking free from those who want to hold you back, give it a like and share it with someone who needs to hear this message. Subscribe to Finance Decoded Daily for more content that challenges you to think differently and act boldly. Your future is waiting. Stop asking permission and go claim it.